Denise, Marlo. You are now listening to the Drunken Monks podcast.
Lord have mercy.
Lord of mercy.
I really hate it when you do that.
Why?
Because it sounds American coming from you. It sounds kind of American. Good evening, folks. We getting into it quick. Lord, apparently I have a little bit of vitriol for her. And apparently I must keep her name out of my mouth.
Hey.
My name is Marlo Brown.
Denise Faber.
And we are the
Drunken Monks.
Drunken Monks, baby. Yo, straight into it because we're not even wasting time.
Salud.
Cheers.
What are you drinking?
Whiskey Coke. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking my teenage drink, Malibu pineapple.
Pineapple, no?
Yeah, it's my high school drink.
There it is. So apparently people don't like to wait on things, and I'm thinking that you could give us the skinny as to what happened in these last couple of days.
Actually, we were discussing about the show, and there's actually one topic we can talk about. Since when did this thing happen? 2 days ago?
Right.
Our timelines, I think everybody's timelines on the socials have been filling up with the famous slap in the face.
Slap heard around the world.
Yes. Will Smith, famous actor, en weet ik veel wat hij nog allemaal is.
Rapper, producer.
Yes.
Did he direct? No, I don't think that he directed. But famous host.
Slapped Chris Rock, the presenter of that segment of the Oscars, in the face because he made a bad joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
And the socials have been going crazy. I mean, I was wondering if we should cover this. We cannot say nothing, but then again, I was wondering if we should cover the topic because I think everything has been said already.
I would dare to disagree with that one.
Okay, I would like to hear your thoughts. Let's go.
What? We're not even Dread. No
okay,
lube,
give
nothing.
more context then.
No. But all right, all right. Look, there's the running theory of the slap because doesn't just happen in a vacuum. The running theory of the slap is that Will Smith and Jada didn't appreciate the joke being the G.I. Jane joke, and it basically made fun of her bald head because famously in G.I. Jane, Demi Moore had to shave her head basically because of the role. But apparently, and even I didn't know this up until this happened, Jada got alopecia. So I have been out of the loop for black celebrity gossip and all of that shit. And so, yeah, she took offense. And in her taking offense, and apparently it was a sore spot, Will decided that he going to stand up for his woman or defend his woman or whatever.
Yeah, but I thought,
and out of that came the pow, and out of that came the keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. I think that's the most Will cursed in public in 30 years. Shred. That ain't no joke. Even on even on a movie, partner. Not even what was the name of the fucking one where he's a superhero?
You don't move, your head is going up his ass. Y'all fellas sure you want to ride this train? Shoot you, asshole.
Goddamn! No. I'm gonna put no. It's not like I Am Legend, but I will throw it up. I guarantee it. But the man cursed. It's I'll keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I thought it was so dramatic, and
you thought it was dramatic.
Yeah, even just probably this been dished out before, but you say Will was defending his wife. Maar it was weird because I looked at the clip 500 times because it's everywhere, and a funny story because I was on the airport when it happened,
right.
And all of a sudden everybody's phone started to go off. So my friend was like, "Oh my god, Will slapped Chris Rock." I was like, "Huh?" And then I heard there, Will beat Chris Rock, and it was gewoon all of a sudden you saw everybody everybody was talking about it. Big news.
Son of a bitch.
Not like there's a war or pandemic going on, but big news.
Yeah, dude.
But to me, it was weird because Chris Rock made the joke. Will appeared to be I thought he was laughing.
Right.
Then he looked over at his wife. His wife looked annoyed, irritated. I didn't find her looking sad of zo, maar gewoon annoyed. She rolled her eyes.
Right.
And the next second, you see Will walking up on stage.
Right.
What is he defending? Who is he defending? He is covering his ass. Because he laughed at something that his wife.
So you have an opinion about this too, like you feel like there's a.
It was not.
There's this interpretation like as well.
It was saving his own ass, and it was his own ego. That's why he hit Chris Rock, and not because the joke was so lame.
Well, I can agree with you. Like I think it's an ego thing too, but not for that reason. Like I think. Genuinely, I think like I agree with Charlemagne the God the most of like the takes of what happened to him.
What is his take?
His take is that something's going on. Like we don't know what it is. We don't know behind closed doors like what's going on
but
between.
Then beat your woman on it. I can't say that on camera. No.
What was it? Down with the patriarchy, you lying son of a bitch.
I'm against all forms of violence. So I think this is completely unacceptable. But if you have problems at home, why take it out on a scharminkel van a man?
No, but it's not so much that he got problems at home, even though that is easily to be inferred. But I'm saying is like, you know, like Will like a lot of mention has been made of his book too, like as well. Which, by the way, there's another theory that this is all basically kayfabe, and I'll get into that like a little bit. But yeah, that like in his book, like he always made like kind of mention that he was always like he always felt like a coward. Like he always felt like he was the.
Now you're a superhero.
But yeah, dude,
a big man, tall man, strong man, are going to bitch slap.
Chris Rock.
Het was niet een bitch slap, maar you're going to slip. Klein little Elon mannetje,
I
Chris
disagree
Rock.
with you there. That was a bitch slap, dog.
Uh-oh, Richard.
If you listen, I will put up every part of this clip if I have to. But listen, how Will walked off that stage, y'all ain't watching like how I watch it, Trent. You could have played blaxploitation funk behind her. You know, some Dolomite behind that shit. Yo, Will had felt like he handled business.
I'm like, if that makes you feel
he even had like
masculine,
his finger like in like his like pant. Like, you know, like he was like the new sheriff in town. Like, yo, Trent, Will walk off that stage.
If that
like,
is not a display of toxic masculinity.
There we go.
Yeah, down with the patriarchy.
Here we go. No, but listen.
Maar weet je what annoyed me? Okay,
right.
Sowieso, the slap, it was uncalled for. It is ridiculous that you go and assault somebody just to spruce up your own ego. And the thing that the nail of the coffin, you know, was gewoon that he said, don't take the name of my fucking...
Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. Don't misquote the man.
En dan denk ik van, maar wat, is she your property? Like, it felt so... Ja, alsof ze zijn property is.
No, but look,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
No, but look. Obviously, I had several discussions about this too, like as well, with some friends, with the homies and whatnot, and I half agree with you that it should not be done. I half agree with you.
But what is the other half of not agreeing?
The other half is it not so much time and place, but the culture. Because if you talk shit, you need to be able to back it up. Like if you talk shit and you insult somebody, again, how I came up, you could talk shit, but if somebody want to put hands on you because of that, like, you are free, you have the freedom of speech, you don't necessarily got the freedom of consequence.
No,
and
exactly.
And while the reaction, we can all agree, was too much for that, right? Where I'm from too, like, as well, the code is like, yo, Dred, if you talk shit, you got to be able to go back it up. Like, it's as simple as that.
But why do you need to defend my honor with a like, I am vocal. I can stand my own thing.
Exactly.
Ik kan mezelf verdedigen.
I found it hypocritical. And I found
that was
the
just
fact...
tacky.
Look, no, but is... So we... Yeah, look, it's bad for the culture. It's bad for the culture. It's a bad look two brothers that came from the ghetto have made themselves beyond successful and respected in their 50s.
In their 50s,
In
indeed.
their motherfucking 50s. They're not
kindergarten.
even 22. In their 50s. Had to had an altercation in front of these white people having a suit on. It's bad for the... I don't give a fuck about the white people, but it's a bad look because bad actors are going to look to that and say, see, even Will Smith, Mr. Nice Guy, can't take the black out of him. You check what I'm saying?
Janine Shapiro was already on that shit.
And that for me is like, yo, it's bad for the culture, Dread. It's bad for the culture. It's just all around. It's just, look, what came out from my basically my fucking neck of the woods, because like I got like some roughneck like country boys as friends, and I got some ultra progressive liberal feminists as friends. And one that came out that had surprised me, or rather that I wasn't aware of that it was this bad, was the hate boner that people had for fucking Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Like Chris Rock, like I had progressive, forward-thinking, liberal, kumbaya
That's what you thought.
friends of mine openly, and I don't blame them for it. Like, I'm not looking at them like left-eyed or whatever that they have that opinion, whatever their opinion is, and that's that. Yeah, check what I'm saying. As long as they could give me the same type of space, you know what I'm saying? But they got a hate boner for Chris Rock, and they thought, plain and simple, it was about time. Like, Chris Rock got a reckoning.
But
for real.
To me, the whole discussion, and it's a little bit crazy that everybody's got an opinion about it. But what for me was
Which
weird.
I'll come to my take like in a minute. Right.
What is weird for me is that basically, and I felt that and I saw that in different discussions, I cannot condemn the violence that Will displayed because Chris Rock had it come. And like, I see two bad dudes. Like, I mean, there's a lot to say about Chris Rock and the jokes that he makes and how he's punching down and how he's portraying black women and all the shit that he pulled.
Which is debatable when it comes to Jada, by the way. Which is debatable, but I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Maar dan, because he did all those things, it's okay to hit him. And I was like, no, two things can be true at the same time.
Chris Rock was a dick, and that was a wrong move.
Yeah, you cannot assault people. And weet je, the thing also. What made it worse was the acceptance speech that Will gave.
I know.
Crying, being all kind of ugly. And I don't have an issue with crying. Men should cry. And
right.
Maar then he tried to glorify himself. He tried to portray himself as a superhero. And he was using abuser's language.
Right.
Like, love makes you do crazy stuff. If love makes you crazy. I had to protect. I was called, I think by God, or I don't know. I was called to protect. Sit down, man. Go and sit the fuck down.
No. But then, all right, look.
He sounded just like an abuser. Echt.
Before I give my take on this, like I would say like one last... or rather two last takes that seem to be kind of prevalent, because you have Will the bad guy, you have Chris the bad guy. But another take that is also kind of definitely from certain sections of the black women that, like, you know, like kind of Matrix. Yeah. Jada's the bad guy.
How is Jada the bad guy?
Jada's the bad guy. Jada has been being portrayed as the ultimate manipulator since this August thing really popped off. It was already like kind of in the rumblings already, but like this August Alsina and entanglements and all that shit, they have basically said that Jada emasculated Will.
Dat is gewoon zo'n bullshit. Because that is gewoon weer, again, toxic masculinity. Because
but look,
Will is also screwing around. And niemand die daar issues mee heeft.
Hey, I'm just telling you what the take is. I'm not saying if it's right or it's wrong or whatever.
It's wrong.
Like, there's like bad guys like all around. And for her...
Maar okay, fine. Let's assume that Jada is the instigator. Maar waarom ga jij opstaan? And why do you go and bust a slap? Dat slaat nergens. Even if Jada had said, Will defend my honor.
Hey,
go beat that man. You're responsible for your own behavior.
Listen, everybody got freedom of speech. Nobody is free from consequence.
Yeah, but the consequence should not be assault.
If she told him to do something about it, or she gave him a wink and a nod, however that pop off after that, Dread, and that's that. Like, I'm sorry.
Nee, maar the worst thing is, I was like, okay, this is...
The worst thing is...
A lot of things are though. I keep saying the worst thing is.
This is a bad fucking situation. Can we just say that, please?
Yeah,
there is no good in this. There is no good. There is no good for nothing for nobody and none of this shit.
It's bad and unnecessary.
Right.
But you said it's bad. It's a bad look for the culture.
Right.
Because it plays right into
certain narratives.
Yes,
right into certain things or whatever.
But also and worse than that, I think the impact, the literal impact it has. Because now, young guy, like people watching are going to think it's okay just to slap somebody or physically hurt somebody to defend
if
whatever.
Will Smith could do it, then why not me?
And so kids or whoever can look at that and think, hey, yeah, that's how it's done. And you already saw it. One of the kids of Will Smith already said, yeah, this is how we do it, or this is how it's done.
But it was a little bit cryptic though, because because it could have been also congratulations on the Oscar win, but Zoe, if this is how you do it, just blanket, and you got no kind of signifier of an lifestyle that, or like no, like in Jaden's tweet, I think it was, or in his like Instagram post. There was no like remorse for anything, and that makes it look bad. It could be this, it could be that.
He should not be remorseful because he didn't do it. But don't go indoors. I would be
remorseful if my mama slapped like Chris Rock. Like mama, come on, man. Like you had to do that. Like I would be remorseful, man.
But I think I would probably keep that. I don't know what I would do, maar I don't find it is his responsibility to apologize for his dad or to say anything. Right. Maar he kept it cryptic so that nobody can tell him nothing because we're not really sure what he meant. And I think that is exactly the purpose of the statement.
Exactly. Which is like, like yeah, Pops, like I got you, No, but I mean, but like what? Like look, my take on this, because I'll leave the kayfabe for I guess maybe the
what is
like
kayfabe?
Kayfabe is traditionally the practice of what people do in professional wrestling. The pretend world that they portray. Yeah. So Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock have a problem in kayfabe. Okay. But Dwayne Johnson and Steve Austin have barbecues behind closed doors. Okay. So it's like the pretend to generate the hype to watch the match. Okay. Right? And you preserve kayfabe by not letting anybody in on the joke. You gotta. Okay. This was done heavily in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. It's only in the 90s with like the WWE, and there was in trouble and a lot of things that people finally found out for real.
Their friends
wrestling is fake, right? Okay. Wrestling is quote unquote fake. That's another discussion. But the term of preserving that idea of what we portray is real is called kayfabe. Okay. And in like modern parlance, in like nowadays, in like the pop culture world or whatever, a lot of things are kayfabe and we don't know. So it's like, for example, like what's a good example? Tom Cruise being straight, that might be kayfabe. Because
he gay?
There's been a lot of rumors that he's been gay, love, and all of the people that he's married or whatnot, so were just beards. Like you've never known that. Tom Cruise, John Travolta, you've never heard about that.
John Travolta,
right? But like it's been portrayed as if.
But I also in this discussion, I also hearing that Will Smith.
Zoe, that is part of the kayfabe. But hold on. So now you got a certain subsect, definitely like folks who believe in the conspiracy theories of the world and whatnot, is like, this was all orchestrated, and I could almost see it myself because people mad at Chris Rock for telling the joke, but nobody looking at the apparatus that allowed Chris Rock to go tell that joke. Any comedian that has to be a part of the Oscars, host the Oscars or whatnot, so the amount of like red tape your material has to go through to make sure that it's sanitized, it doesn't offend, it doesn't this, it doesn't that, especially in this day and age of one and so, is unbelievable. I can guarantee you 18 people saw Chris Rock's joke before it came out. You understand what I mean? Including Chris Rock. And 18 people had to sign off and say, all right, you know what? You can say this, but not that. You can do this and not that.
But do you think that the Smiths, okay, obviously Jada not probably, but do you think Will Smith knew off the joke?
I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did. I don't know, but it wouldn't surprise me like if he did. And I don't know, but I also know that Chris Rock, you could, again, I dissected that fucking clip. Listen, you could see Chris Rock want to say August Alsina, entanglement. You could see it just boiling behind the fucking surface. And he literally said the G.I. Jane joke. Everybody went, ooh, and he said, yo, that was nice.
Yeah,
you know,
because he's thinking about the other things he actually wanted to say.
And even afterwards, when he got the slap, he said, you know, like he almost said nigga for a G.I. Jane joke, you know, like, because I could go a lot worse, you know what I mean? Like, yo, dude, I'm going to put up a clip of how worse it could get right here.
Which is also, I think, why you had people like comedian Andrew Schultz doing a no-holds-barred, oh, you thought Rock's joke was bad? Just watch this 3-minute roast of Will and Jada at the top of his podcast today, also wearing armor, I guess, in case Will Smith was near the studio.
If you didn't see the Oscars, Chris Rock got himself in a hairy situation. He shined a light on female alopecia, while Jada's head shined a light on everything else. Chris was making fun of Jada's baldy, but seriously, how is Will supposed to get turned on if she has a woman's haircut? Now, I'm not saying that he's gay. Wow. He likes women, specifically ones that swim for Penn. Last night, Will Smith looked like he was from the streets of Philadelphia, and Jada looked like she was from the movie. Now, after all that drama, Will Smith still took home an Oscar. I'm talking about the award, not a Mexican guy to f*** his wife while he watched in the corner.
Okay, you gotta chill though.
Now, to clarify, Will won the Oscar for Best Actor. People were saying it was for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and no, that's not it. That Oscar goes to the plumber that unclogged Jada's shower drain. Will, let this be a lesson to you. If you want to keep your wife's name out of other people's mouths, make sure to keep your hands off comedians.
Look, but for real, like, so in all that overproduction, in all that people had to know, in all that, you know, PR and all that type of shit and so, right? Certain people have the idea that this shit was scripted. This shit was like, and worse, because Will is a good actor and he knows how to get physical.
But why would you script this? And
Will's book is out, Red Table Talk, and Chris Rock just started a new comedy tour. That's why.
And indeed, Chris Rock's sales.
That's why.
I don't know if it's doubled. The ticket prices went from, I think,
324.
Wait, from $60-something to $324 in one day.
In one day.
Maar
sold the fuck out, double up, triple up. I'm not saying that that's what it is. I'm saying this is the take. This is the closer line that people are taking.
I understand that people might think that, but I cannot believe that you would use such a harmful practice to promote yourself, especially if you're the Smith company who are portraying like, we're zen, we're transparent, we're about love, we're about positive vibes, we're about all this goodness.
Let me tell you something.
Violence gebruiken.
Let me show you something.
I don't find it convincing.
Let me show how this could work, right? In your rebuttal, right?
Okay.
Nobody knows storytelling like Will Smith. Will Smith is one of those actors that gets storytelling, that understands how human emotions work. And ain't nothing like a redemption story. Is nothing like it on this planet. He falls, he makes a misstep, his wife maybe makes a misstep, whatever the fuck, and they rise out the ashes, better people for it. There's not a better story than that. Trust you me. Even Chris Rock too, because Chris Rock, as certain segments have seen him as a bad guy, like a whatnot, and so he comes out the ashes as a better guy. I have learned, I've understood, I shouldn't have made that joke, whatever. I'm not saying that is the case, but I'm saying that I could see it. I'm saying that I could see it, like in front of me.
Het gaat wel erg ver. It's
It
possible.
is.
I
Dude,
follow your line of thinking.
More
It is
people
possible.
with more money and more power have done worse. Trust you me. We have gotten lied to that it was what was weapons of mass destruction. You don't think that people can't fucking lie to us and tell us that a slap wasn't a slap? No, come on, man. Like, you know, like, and that's the thing. But all right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, those are the 4 big takes. So every principle in that is a bad guy, and the last one is that it was like it's a bit of a conspiracy, right? So I don't ascribe to any one of those and all of them at the same time.
Okay.
I don't ascribe to any one of those, but all of them at the same time. I genuinely think that it was real. I don't think it was scripted, but I do think that it was set up to be that, zeg maar. Like somebody had the bright idea of letting Chris's joke go, knowing the history of 2016 and them and everything else, so knowing maybe some inside baseball of where Will Smith is at or whatnot.
You don't expect somebody gonna walk up that stage.
They was not expecting maybe that, but they was expecting a moment. They was expecting a moment. They was expecting something. And it got out of hand. I think that Chris said that he didn't know about the alopecia. That is the only part of Chris I don't believe. Because
it could very well be that Chris doesn't know, but his team, like you said, 18 people watched the thing and signed off on it. And 16 van de 18 moeten het hebben geweten. It's possible that he didn't know.
Chris Rock
you didn't know.
But I'm not Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a consummate professional and is an artist when it comes to the craft of comedy. He researches his shit. He does his... It might look like a nigga just cackling off and whatnot and so, but he does his work. Like anybody else that is at that level. He does his work. And for him not to know... Fucking Will Smith and Jada, come on, stop it. Maak mij wijs, weet je? But anyway, but let me leave that one alone, right?
Yeah.
And I feel that it was performative on Will's part. I feel like he felt like he had to do something and he didn't have time to think it through. He was done in the middle of the fucking walk. You're like, oh shit. All right, I gotta go through with this.
Just walk off. Just what would have been a very powerful statement. Sowieso a powerful statement was already Jada's face.
Mm-hmm.
What would have been, and especially with your brand of Red Table Talk and the positivity guru and all kind of bullshit that they're doing.
So
what would have been very powerful is that the entire Smith company, just like everybody who was part of their party, would have gotten up and walk off.
Right.
Ze zaten vooraan en je ziet ze gewoon weglopen.
Right.
That was such a powerful statement. Now you've dragged... Okay, it could be the Rising Phoenix story that they want, but now you drug yourself in the dirt. You besmirched...
The Williams is...
Chris with Mott, you ruined a night for all those people who were waiting to receive accolades and praise and the awards and stuff. Dus... Ja, ik weet niet.
But
en dan ga je huilen en dan zeggen you did it for love and protect.
No, but I do think
bullshit,
it was performative. I do think it was performative, but he's a performer. Like a carpenter gonna solve every problem with a hammer. You check what I'm saying?
Create problems with a hammer.
Yes. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, look. End of the day is a bad fucking look across the board. End of the day, I really didn't want to wake up to this fucking news that Dread. 2 of my heroes, two of my people that I look up to, and I'm like, yo, Dread, if I could do it like them, I could do it right. And get all this ugliness came out of it, and apparently all the bullshit that came out of their past, and who's who and what's what and what. And so I don't need to think about my heroes like that. I don't. Like, I'm good enough like how it was as is. You check what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, just look, a running theory, a big one is that Will is not okay. And just mental health wise, just jokes aside and everything aside and keeks aside and all of that one and so, if his mental health is not right, nigga, get it right. If Jada's mental health is not right, get it right.
Yeah, you got all the fucking money in the world.
And nobody ain't asking about if Chris Rock's fucking mental is right, because I'm pretty sure that brought him back to like high school as well for talking jokes and talking smack, that somebody just smacked him in the face or whatever the fuck. You check what I'm saying?
But he took it really well, huh?
Chris was a professional.
He tried to make a joke out of it.
He was shook.
He
He
was shook, maar very
was
professional. He was shook, of course. And inderdaad, because you see a big guy walking towards you and
not even a big guy, your friend.
Yeah, so you're thinking, okay.
These are partners from in the day. You check what I'm saying?
You're like, wat gaat hij doen? Gaat hij een joke maken? Gaat hij iets tegen mij zeggen? But you're not gonna, I don't think he expected that he was gonna get slapped. He didn't fall. He stood like, okay. And then he was trying to continue the show.
Trying to bring it back up and trying to whatever.
I think quite gracefully seeing the circumstances.
Let me put a couple of things out there too, as well, right? This is how I know that it's performative. Just before that we end this segment, right? This is how I know that it's performative. That was Dave Chappelle. That was even Kevin Hart. I have said this. Kevin Hart would have hit that motherfucker back. Kevin Hart wouldn't have taken that standing up. Kevin Hart would have forgot that he's at the Oscars and fucking fight Will.
Kevin Hart would have been knocked down on the floor.
Might have been, but Kevin Hart would have come back with a gun. Believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dave Chappelle wouldn't have taken that shit basically standing up. And another hypothetical that has been positive, if it was Ricky Gervais, what would have happened?
Nee, maar dat was overduidelijk to me. If Chris Rock was a white man, niks gebeurde. You mean if Chris Rock was Ricky, you mean, right? Right. Will wouldn't have gotten up. If Chris Rock was The Rock, Will would not have gotten up.
Right.
If Chris Rock was a woman, Will would not have gotten up.
It had to be.
If Chris Rock was openly gay, Will would not have gotten up. Dus het was precies gewoon deze vent.
Yeah, Chris was that target. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Jesus, Charlemagne had like a really good thing. Like everybody hurt you, but you bleed on Chris. So like everybody wound you, but you bleed on Chris. You know what I'm saying?
Is gewoon,
but dude, but
that's gewoon weakness. I find toxicity and weakness.
I don't necessarily agree with the toxicity thing, but I see what you're saying. I don't agree with it 100% because I don't think. Again, it's hard to call like if you because you compared it like in our chats.
Yeah.
You had compared it to like a Kanye thing to like as well. Kanye is toxic as fuck. That one I get you, but it's hard to call Will Smith, at least the portrayal, at least the kayfabe of a fucking Will Smith, as toxic because he's always the life guru. He's always that dude. He's always that.
Maar dan kan je niet mensen gaan lopen
which
neerslaan.
is hypocritical, but we all got hypocritical moments. It's like, so that's what I'm willing to give him that one pass. That it's let it be here and no more. You understand what I mean?
No, but the toxicity to me already starts that he needs to defend his wife's honor, talking about his wife as if she's a possession, as if she's a helpless damsel in distress who needs defending of this big, tall superhero. And this to me is exactly the same way that all these anti-abortion laws are being passed.
Jesus.
Nee, maar this thinking.
Will Smith is anti-abortion. I don't know.
No, but this thinking that women need protection. Women are helpless and need protection.
Right.
Dat is gewoon, it's so ingrained in our DNA. And to me, that's where the toxicity starts.
May I ask a question?
Maybe.
And let this be the last one before that we go to break. Is any kind of chivalry good for you?
Kijk, for me personally?
Yes. Like me and you dating, me and you just started whatever, and whatever the fuck. Like not like crazy, like open the door, like or whatever, but just like I stand up for you in a particular way or form. Like I protect our black women as what one of the narratives is too, like as well. Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? How not? Or what does it look like?
For me, het hangt er echt van af. It depends on the situation. But for me, it always feels a little bit weird if chivalry, or however you want to term it, is based on you or society thinking that I cannot do something.
Right.
Of course, it's nice to be helped. It's nice to be backed up, but you need to back me up. You do not need to... jij, schatje, je hoeft je handjes niet vuil te maken. Ga maar mooi zitten en wees stil. And I'll do it. No, it's okay. We're a partnership. We're a team. And we go in this together.
Right.
Dan okay. But not van,
Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
You cannot do
Right.
You cannot do shit, so I'll do it for you. No. No.
Boss move, and we're not condoning violence, fuck it, but boss move, if Jada would have slapped him. That would have been it. Like, yo, just let. But of course, Will would have been doubly emasculated.
Yeah,
like fuck it. Like that's a. All right, folks, we're gonna take a little break. We're gonna re up again and one and so. But this one ain't done. This one is not done. We are going for further.
Yeah.
Next segment, I will give my take, and next segment, we will debate also certain things based off of that. Maybe your take beyond just the whole it's toxic masculinity on top of that too as well. Whew, people, we are the Drunken Monks. We coming up strong this week. Fuck it.
BRB.
BRB. Peace.
Ask for the penicillin highball.
We are back.
Are we?
Or we never left, I think. Salute.
Cheers, man. Hey, no. We have to turn it to the camera. There we go. Drunk 1, drunk 2. Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's us.
Somebody went traveling, but we'll keep that story for like another day.
Mar, let's get back to the topic at hand. We're talking about the whole bitch slap debacle at the Oscars. Willgate. But probably people will say it's Jada-gate.
Jada-gate was August Alsina.
Oh, Lord. Some kind of gay.
And fucking August had the key. So, yeah.
Mar, you had another take on it?
It's not even like... It's not even another take so much as... I think past a certain age, and definitely if you... And Lord forgive me, because I'm pretty sure that some of my friends are going to look at me weird. But, like, if you check your privilege or your narrative a little bit, and you just look at the whole thing as a whole, there's no good guy in this. There's only bad guys. Chris is a bad guy. Will is a bad guy. Jada's a bad guy. The Oscars are a bad guy. I'll get to that in a bit. But the fucked up part is that because of your own narrative in your own life, your own baggage, your own whatever, you have, to me at least, you gravitate towards, oh, that's a good guy, that's a bad guy. And you exclude the others for being bad guys, and you focus on who you have a hard on for. So again, black women that are definitely part of the movement and part of the struggle got a little bit of a hard on for Chris Rock. People who look at like Will Smith as being kind of a sellout, elitist, kiko, they are going to look at him as a bad guy. People who are misogynistic are going to look at fucking Jada and be like, yo, that's the bad guy, right?
Yeah, and it's interesting that you bring this up, because that is what I told a friend today as well. I said, actually, this whole debacle and the fact that everybody's talking about it, I think this brings everybody's trauma to the fore.
Right.
Because I read also on a friend's timeline, and he said, finally, something along these lines. Finally, no, it was good. Later, he said it's never good to use violence, but he said a couple of times in all his writings that it's good that finally the bully is being
fucking bullied.
Yeah, that a bully was being beat down or being beat, and because. And then a lot of people came with, because bullies, and the only way to deal with a bully is violence. Because when I was in school, I was bullied until I just hit the blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
So I was like, this is
exactly that.
This is how you choose who to root for.
Right.
And then I'm saying Will Smith is totally wrong, and then some other black womanist friends are saying no, but you should have looked at what Chris did to women, and I'm like,
no, but that's my whole thing. Look, this whole thing has been a Rorschach test. This thing has been a Rorschach test worse than...
What is a Rorschach test?
You don't know what a Rorschach test is?
Nee, geen flauw idee.
Dude, is that ink blot shit that became kind of famous because of pop fucking culture and whatever. And like the joke is always kind of set like the psychiatrist and the patient are there and they put the ink block, and so basically what do you see? And then to show that the patient is a little crazy, they come with all kinds of weird shit. And whatever, that you don't just see, oh, I see like a butterfly, I see this and that one and so. But is what you interpret onto that ink blot. You check what I mean? And I think that this moment has been an ink blot test for like a lot of people. And worse, it has definitely shown that we are not together, man. Because on situations like this, in the past, clear winner, clear loser. Kanye West and fucking Taylor Swift. We know exactly who's the asshole in that one, right? Mm-hmm. We Chris Brown, Rihanna. We know exactly who the asshole is in that one. Here, everybody had their own horse. Everybody was like, yo, Dre, that's the asshole. No, that's the asshole. No, that's the asshole. And for me, it wasn't a good thing, a bad thing, whatever. Like I said, I'm not blaming anybody for picking a particular asshole in this one. I think they were all assholes, but not. And this is the difference between I feel my take and like everybody else's too, like as well. They were for me, I'm giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. They were assholes for a moment. Chris was wrong for making that joke. No matter how you for me, you can't turn it no other way. I'm not saying that the joke warranted a slap. I'm saying that he was wrong for that joke because he should have known better. At the very least, he should have known fucking better. Will was wrong because Will was wrong. Jada was wrong. Jada was wrong to me too, like as well, because Will does not get to that moment without her. Will does not get to that moment without her.
But I don't know. That is een beetje victim blaming.
No, I'm not victim blaming. Let me tell you something, right? If you spend enough time with a person, be it relationship, son, daughter, whatever, if you spend enough time with a person, right, two things happen. The first thing is that you get to read that person like a book. Like for real. I know what my wife's eye twitch means. A little bit of like her biting her lip just a bit means. Her looking this way means. Her looking that way means. Right? Mm-hmm. And you know this instinctually because she knows this of me too, like as well. Mm-hmm. I could lie with my words. I'm like, like, honey, I'm fine. But she could read me like a book. No, I'm not. Right? I also know in that moment I have a responsibility if I'm not fine, for example. If by voorbeeld one of her family members set me off, right, and I'm mad as shit, I want to fling things out the window, I know that my wife has an ability and instinct to want to correct the situation on my behalf. And so if she feels that I know that I'm wrong, then she's going to intervene. But then intervening might not be the right thing or the right place right now. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that Jada knew that. I am pretty sure that Jada knew that whatever rolled off of her at that moment, she's going to look to her husband and her husband's going to react to whatever came out of it. And that's what people have.
Maar kijk, I find, this is correct. Correct is right.
Correct is right.
I know this happens when you know somebody very well. You spend a lot of time with a person. Maar I could look at you and just to
it's a choice that Will made. I understand that.
And Will could have also said, "Oh, honey, I'm so sorry."
Right. It's a choice. Are you okay? But hear me saying it again. Hear me saying it again. There's nobody in this that's right. Chris shouldn't have made the joke. Will shouldn't have got up on stage. I feel that Jada could have reined in her man a bit too, like as well. Not as property, not as whatever, just as a teammate. Hey, teammate, yo, you know what? I'm a little bit upset, but don't worry. You know what? You could see him because he had to either open up his jacket or something.
No,
like you see him squaring up, you know, like your whole, because you see the man coming like, nigga, sit the fuck down. You know what I mean? You're going to do all of that too, like as well. So it's like, at the very least, to me, like she's like an accomplice. If not for the moment, for what led into that moment too, like as well, right? And that again, come at me, y'all. I don't give a fuck. You check what I mean? Like I'll debate this all day, right? What I'm saying is that there's no good person in that, but I also feel there's no like evil plan like as well. I think it was just. Things is because you're nervous too. Like you're nervous in that moment as well. Chris got to perform in front of a big stage, even though it's not the biggest stage in the world like anymore.
Yeah.
But Chris got to perform in front of a big prestigious stage. Will has to be there because he's up for something big too, like as well. Jada got to support him, and they're all no matter what happened, you're still black. So all eyes are on you at all times. You feel nervous, and in that nervous energy, you can do dumb shit, is what I'm feeling. I think it was assholishness times 3 across the board. That is my take, right? That with the Rorschach test.
Yeah,
right?
but I feel people, including you, are putting Jada in it, keep putting Jada in it. And I'm like,
nah, but I don't look.
You can be hurt. Like if a joke is bad or if somebody says something that you don't like, you can be hurt and you can show that you didn't like it, that you're annoyed, that you're hurt, that you're sad, that whatever. That is fine. Leave the woman with her emotions right there. Don't bring her into this convo.
Right.
I find.
You fine. Okay, well, then, all right. The Rorschach test thing is my first take. This is my second take, and I think this is the one that it stays with me. This is the one that I've learned, right? As much as I love film, as much as I'm a film buff, as much as everything else, fuck the Oscars, John. Fuck it at like up, down, left, right.
What do you mean fuck it? Like legumai?
Yeah, just leave it be. Wechermee. Just leave it be, or is not as important as we need to understand. It's not as important like as it used to be.
Okay, explain, please.
No, look. From a couple of perspectives. The first one, the one that was my knee jerk, is like, keep comedians out of fucking Oscar. Keep comedians out of Oscar, out of...
But we need to be entertained.
Right, but you can't... Listen, no. Or rather, let me say it a little bit more kind of specific. Keep edgy comedians out of these things. Oscar, Emmys, White House Correspondents' Dinners, all this shit... Keep them out. Why? Because it is hard for them to do their craft well within a sanitized, homogenized, environment. You check what I'm saying? Chris Rock, again, we made the joke a little bit like a while ago, but Chris Rock really had to rein himself in to not joke like how he wants to joke.
Yeah.
Whoever knows Chris Rock knows that was not his best. Yeah. Whoever knows Chris Rock knows that he could do more. He can make more kind of observations or whatever the fuck, right? Love him, I hate him, because I know Pooks is watching too, like as well, and I know you don't like him, but fuck it, right?
Hi, Pooks.
Hey, Pooks, what's going on, right? But what I'm saying is like Chris Rock could have done stronger than that. Ricky Gervais also pulls his punches as well. Right? Like every time that he's done this, like or whatever, and every comedian that it has a little bit of grit and edge and one and so to him that has done this have all said the same thing. What I do is a toned down version. There, you check what I'm saying? I can't do my craft well. I have to entertain the broadest amount of people, the lowest common denominator. You has to be PG, has to be all these things. I have to be real careful as how I go like about things, right? Listen, you don't want edgy, and edgy don't want you, because they do it for a paycheck. They do it for a little bit like a recognition. Even Kevin Hart, when it came out that he did like gay jokes or one and so, but way back in the before time,
yeah,
everybody was on it. Like, yeah, like you need to apologize if you're gonna go into the Oscars. Kevin Hart said, "Fuck it." Yeah. Imagine that, him and The Rock are Mr. PR next to Will Smith, and Kevin Hart said, "Fuck it." You know what I'm saying? No, you know what?
Never mind.
I don't need that stage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's not make fucking, like this be a thing no more. It's not relevant no more. It's not bad. I love the Oscars as the idea of it. Giving recognition to top performers, top actors, even though it's a subjective thing, But I do see like there's a world where this is necessary. At the same fucking time, it is old white men that are judging these things. It is old white men that these things are made for. It is old white people that this thing is for, because young white people don't fuck with the Oscars no more. When we want to find out about film, we have our critics that we look to. We have our like blogs and vlogs and Kiko that we look to, that gives us the heads up on indie films, on artsy films, on significant films, on once in a generation films, all that shit. I don't need the Oscars to teach me about that no more. So why the fuck are we trying to run to the Oscars to get this thing done? You check what I'm saying? The institution, keep the institution. If they want to like circle jerk each other, then go right the fuck ahead. But I'm saying young people don't fuck with the Oscars, so you don't need to be edgy. You don't need to be ratings grabbers. You don't need to be, just be who you are, be what it is, and be done with it. It's old, it's stuffy, it's gala, it is neck and tie, it is best behavior, it is all that shit. So let it be that. You understand what I'm saying? Oscars was so fucking desperate for some kind of ratings this year that they came up with a People's Choice Award. Listen to what I said again. They came up with a People's Choice Award. People are not looking at movies like how directors and actors and critics and whatnot are looking at movies. They didn't went to film school. They didn't learn the shit. They didn't learn the language. They just know what they like. People are mad that fucking Zack Snyder's films won over Spider-Man in that same fucking category. Imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, like you don't know what's going on. Like what was I think it was Rise of the Dead or Day of the Dead or whatever the fuck won over No Way Home, and certain people were mad. You check what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
right, sorry, like I've been going on. Sorry, like I'm a little mad about this too, like as well, apparently.
but I forgot my point actually. But I'm like,
I talked her head off as opposed to last week.
Gonna hear this for the rest of my life. But the prestige and the whole thing, I'm like, what does it matter? You could just look at the box office numbers.
No, but
like.
No, but Venom got a lot of box office love, and that was a piece of shit.
I don't know, because a lot of people watched it.
It was fun, but it was a piece of shit.
Maar dan is een vraag van what makes a good movie and all that kind of
right, which is also kind of subjective, and I'm showing my snob thing out now too, like as well. But it's not just the Oscars. My hate boner is aimed towards that, but it's not just that. I feel like in 2022, a lot of antiquated ideas, a lot of antiquated institutions are being upheld, and we don't know why we're holding them up. And we don't self-examine to say that, yo, Dred, this gotta go. Now, that's my down with the patriarchy. That's really and truly like, I think, right, that while certain things came up in our time, but because the speed at which gear shifts now, there was like in our parents' time, maybe 2 heavy gear shifts. Like feminism became a thing, and in their late age, for us, it was early age. Racism became a thing. South Africa and like the civil rights came back again and all that shit, right? So there was 2 heavy shifts in the Caribbean when it came to that. People really got mad about race again. People really got mad about what the woman is doing and what else, right? Now we get gear shifts like 3 a year. We get gear shifts like 2 or 3 a year. We get gear shifts where this year we got to talk about Zwarte Piet. The next year that we got to talk about trans rights. The next year that we got to talk about climate change. The next year we got to talk about like privacy and how internet works. The next year on top of that, we got to talk about transhumanism. The next year we got to, everywhere we turn, there's a gear shift. And in those gear shifts, I don't think that the human mind, the human psyche, like society is built for such quickness. But at the same time, it's here. We got to deal with it. But then we can't deal with it holding on to old shit. We cannot deal with it holding on to old shit. We cannot deal with it. You can't throw away the whole fucking society, the stencil, how we like organize ourselves. But at the same time, we do gotta ask more fucking questions.
Maar, okay, I get you. Do away with the Oscars, antiquated, and this and that and the other.
Right.
But as a crafts person, like a filmmaker, a director, I don't even know what the category, costume maker, maybe, I don't know, actor. I think you want to be rated. You want to know, how did you do?
Right.
How, like, I think it's not weird to have a competition.
But does it have to be so stuffy?
No, okay.
Does it have to be so stuffy? And worse, the Oscars so white thing came from a genuine place. Because what it was, 95% of the people that were voting for best film, best actor, best actress, all these things, are old white men. It still hasn't changed. It has shifted a bit. They have moved things around a bit. They have gotten people like, oh man, what's her face? Like, no, like she's dead now, I think. But like the Penny Marshalls of the world and whatnot, so who were female directors and all of that type of shit. They have gotten these people onto the voting committee, but it hasn't shifted enough. It has not. And in that, for me, is like, look, God bless Will, God bless like a Spike Lee, God bless a Halle Berry and all of them, a fucking Sidney Poitier, God rest the dead that died this year, right? These people that broke down barriers and are doing something in a white dominated world that I can show that is more to it than just that. There's more stories to be told. I welcome the diversity, but at what cost? Who are we trying to please? Who are we trying to go after? There's a term for the type of movie that Will Smith made this year that he got the Oscar for. It's called Oscar bait. Around November, December is when they start to pour out all these artsy films with big actors doing, you know, quote unquote bold things, and there's always about a little bit of kind of suffering or some kind of weird struggle or whatever, so because this is what old white men like to see. Either that, or you get a La La Land where they kind of praise the golden age of Hollywood, like I want to say. These are Oscar bait fucking films. You know what I'm saying? This is not like let me see, what was a good example? About 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, because it's been that fucking long since fucking COVID. But about 2-3 years ago, Spike Lee came out basically with a film, Black Klansman. And there was another film, I forget who had directed it, but that dude from Atlanta who's like the weird friend, he was the main like dude. And it was Sorry to Bother You. These were not just social commentary or whatever. These were well-made films. The cinematography was on point, the direction was on point, the script was on point, the acting was on point. But these films get like performative nomination. They don't ever win. Black Panther was supposed to fucking win a fucking year because it was well done too, like as well. Ryan Coogler directed his ass off in that film, and nobody can tell me different. But it didn't win Best Picture. They did nominate it because they had to. You know what I'm saying? At least it got nominated because sometimes you don't even the films or the music or whatever doesn't even get nominated. No, but that's kind of a point. So if the shit has been off for a while, right? You can point to these things. The Grammys is another fucking story to like as well. I was telling you that like in the break. Will Smith, toevallig, won the first rap Grammy ever. And he won it, and it is consensuous around anybody that knows hip-hop that year, him and Jazzy Jeff love him to death. Jeff is a pioneer and an icon within hip-hop. You cannot take away that man's like accolades. But their album did not have to win that year. Not when you had Public Enemy fucking running that year. No fucking way. You check what I'm saying? White men chose Will Smith's album, and even he acknowledged it right off the bat. They had some better brothers like in front of me. But the same thing with Macklemore Exactly.
that year, or Beyonce and Taylor Swift when we had the whole Kanye debacle.
Exactly.
This
Right? No, and that's and y'all don't even get me wrong, because I'm saying things from a black perspective, a hip hop type of perspective. I'm not only taking up for that. There have been other times too. There's a lot of rock albums, a lot of different things. So
Yeah,
a lot of movies that were supposed to have won, but because it doesn't fit a particular narrative, it doesn't win.
Yeah, but that is a little bit also I find difficult. Like, how are you gonna compare a rock album with a country album with a hip hop album?
Sowieso.
Dus like, hoe weeg je? So all
Yeah.
these competitions. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that you want to rate yourself or be rated. You want to know, how am I doing? What do critics think, or what do experts think?
Right.
At the end of the day, they are just people, and you should consider context, like time and place.
Right.
Time, the tijdsgeest, like where we are.
Zeitgeist.
Exactly, in a certain point of time where the culture is, where ideas are, determines a lot what wins. And it's not per se about the technical abilities of the person that created it, but it's so much more things that are
supposed to be thing. Right. No, but this is America, this is art, this is whatnot. But I do feel that extends to us down here too, like, as well. Jesus, what's a good example? What's a really good example? I would love, and this might be a little bit controversial for the last bit of the thing, but just as off the top of my head, I would love for like a reimagining of like Koningsdag.
All right.
I would love for
King's Day?
Yeah, King's Day. Like I would love for a reimagining of that.
What do you mean with that?
The whole point of King's Day is it comes from Queen's Day. It was first Queen's Day, the Koningendag. And it comes from the fact that the Queen allows the country. This is the narrative. Of course, it's not quite that. But the narrative is that the Queen allows for a tax-free day. And you go out and you celebrate and whatnot. So
that's it? I thought it was just celebrating her birthday. Also,
that the celebration is that it's tax-free. That's why you used to have all those kind of yard sales out on the street.
Yeah.
Because it was tax-free. It was, you're supposed to be able to sell things and not have, and that's why you have like a lot of like sales and whatnot. So like around that day too, like as well. It's supposed to be tax-free, right? But it came out of that the Queen allowed. In 2022, who's allowing me to do what now again? Like what? Like so?
Yeah, but
monarchy then basically.
Yeah, but things change, huh? Like how they were
Correct
born.
is right. They morph.
So, and I think Queen's Day and King's Day now is more. Of course, it has to do with monarchy and stuff, but it's more about unity. It's more about we, the people. We are one. We are. You know,
right? But I don't see. I see like luckily, my wish has already happened in a particular way. That every island that I've been to with Queen's Day or the King's Day, like whatnot and so, they kind of do their own thing. So in Statia's really kind of traditional. There's like you wake up early, it's like Queen's Day and the Station Day like kind of look the same. It's like marching bands and pomp and circumstance, and if the Queen or the King happens to be there, you give them a big up and that type of thing and whatnot. In St. Martin, it's a day to drink. Like it's a free day, it's a day to lime, it's a day to party.
Yeah, but that is something else, because in St. Martin, they just needed a day to have carnival.
Right.
And that was a free day, so then we just prop it on that day.
Yeah, exactly. Right?
So, yeah.
And then down here is what you're talking about, is a sort of like a nationalistic kind of a unity type of thing. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody got to tell me, but racial tensions seem to be a little less that day. Like, Dutch people, local people, they all kind of intermingled in town, and everything is everything, and you got like... you got performances on Napoleonplein and everything else. So, and everybody is there to see and be seen. So it's like, it's open to everybody. It's not like It's not like Dia de Bandera where a lot of locals come out. A lot of locals, and it's like 90% local or whatever. With like Koningsdag, with like King's Day, it feels like it's an everybody thing. So I think here does take that kind of stance. But I still feel like, because you gotta wear orange on that day. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Like in the unity, I still gotta submit to the symbol of monarchy. You understand what I mean? And King's Day is in the name, so I can't do nothing about it. But left to me, I would take some time and try to look at it like from like a different angle or whatnot. Like, like instead of you can have that day as a Nederlanddag, like how you got the 4th of July for like the states and so on. There's a lot of pageantry around the flag.
Be celebrating colonialism?
Hey, fuck it. I'd rather do that than fucking the monarchy, man. Jesus Christ.
Isn't it the same thing?
In Gebakka idea that somebody's better than me, we had this fucking discussion. Like I am not there with it.
But that's also Colonial Day.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, fuck it, man. I mean, we haven't gotten out of the colonialism yet, so fuck it. Why not? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, if you ask me, is like it's time for some reimaginings of things. It's time for reimagining of what honor looks like, to come all the way back around to Will Smith, to like defending honor. To what does defending a black woman look like? Because that was a big one too, like as well. Like what does honor look like? What does defending a black woman look like? What does behaving in front of white people look like, or should it be look like anything? What does these institutions mean? What is I want to re-examine. That's the one thing I'm grateful for all of this. Is like certain conversations, whether cliche or afgezaagd or whatever, certain conversations have started.
But that's what I was wondering, because in these discussions that I saw, we're sort of questioning things, but not really. I felt it was more like, okay, you have your point, you're pro Will, I'm pro Chris, and we're just but this, no, but that. And then I'm wondering, do we really get to those discussions? Because I felt in the choosing and picking a side, those important points were lost. Like I felt there was not enough attention for about violence, the display of violence, and if that's all right, and how do we portray the honor situation. I thought there was not a lot of attention for abuse, the abusive language that was chosen. I thought there was not a lot of attention for what makes a good or bad joke. So like, what can you punch down? Like, we had these discussions before.
And I would listen again. I might lose some friends on this one. I don't think Chris was punching down.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't think Chris was punching down. Just listen, not to diminish the alopecia, right? Not to diminish it. I'm not diminishing it. But Jesus H. Christ, like Chris and Jada are both rich, successful fucking people. Like, I don't even think that Chris is, because of Will Smith, I don't think Chris is as wealthy as the Smiths.
No,
they have their own production company.
Definitely not.
And the amount of money that Will has made over the years, and that's another conversation to be had too, like, as well. Right? That she's gonna ride in like his coattails, like, or whatever the fuck. But yeah. Again, when has she been relevant before Red Table Talk? Real talk. The Matrix was the last time that I could really point to. Girls Trip, maybe, but it was an ensemble thing, and Tiffany Haddish was the breakout star of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when has Jada been relevant besides these last couple of years?
Yeah, but I mean, if the one has 100 million and I have 40 million, am I riding your coattail?
But it's not about 100 million and the 40 million. Is, again, Will Smith, good or bad, but he is beloved. Listen, Jada was liked and loved, especially in the 90s and early 2000s, right? Every man wanted Jada. Believe this shit. Like, she was the it girl at one point, right? But you cannot, like, you still have like this thing comes and goes. It goes like in a wave, right? Where it'd be quiet, and then all of a sudden a bunch of Fresh Prince memes start coming back up, like Uncle Phil and Will Smith and him and his father and all of that, and the best scenes and him talking to Carlton and whatnot. All that shit comes back up. You look to Will and you look to somebody who was the embodiment of the 90s more than Jada. I dare say more than fucking Jada. In song, in verse, in fucking film. Best believe. You check what I mean? Nothing taken away from Jada and what she's done, but Will Smith is the bigger one between those two. Don't ever get it twisted, right? And for them being not so much as a he and a her, but a them.
Yeah.
And for you to say that Chris Rock punched down on Jada Pinkett Smith, Jada could end fucking certain things for Chris. Like if she decides, I don't want him to have that deal, like she got the juice because of Will. Like is what I'm feeling. Like, you know, in back doors and back alleys, if she's offended, like, yo, screw it. Like, I don't want Chris to do this or that or whatever. That's it.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying?
They're Hollywood royalty, and I don't really care.
That's my point.
How
like, how the fuck is that punching down?
No, yeah, I don't think it's punching down either.
How the fuck is that punching down, man? Come on, man. Stop it.
And then people were saying, yeah, ableism or whatever, because it's
the bitch could walk. About ableism, the bitch could walk. No, listen. No, we gotta get some fucking degrees in this thing, man. Yo, one of the and I'm gonna put it here too.
Get that shit out. No, bitch is bold. Bitch is bold. She's just bold. She's just bold. Listen, if we have to, like we said, if we have to stop making comedy because it hurts your feelings, she's bold. And that's the end of comedy right there. But she's just bold. We got it, nigga. No, nigga, she's just bald. She's still got her eyebrows. Yeah.
Listen.
Marlo's putting it out.
Listen, I'm going to put it here too. One of the best reactions that I got, and Lord help me because it's not politically correct, right? But Abba and Preach, Dread, they had one of the best things I felt about it. Bitch is bald. The bitch is bald. Is nothing else that we're talking about here. The bitch is bald. We ain't talking about men being bald and how they got clown. We ain't talking about men's feelings. We ain't talking about none of this shit. The bitch is bald. And she look good with it too. The bitch is bald. That's the joke. How the fuck is that punching down? Somebody gotta come get me. Yo, for real. No.
But okay, we could have a whole discussion about black women's hair. Right. That is a whole thing.
That's a whole thing too. But it's not ableist, man. Come on. It's not ableist. It's not, look, dude. Y'all comparing, ableist also puts into the umbrella of that joke that Trump did with that nigga that's an ableist fucking joke. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are talking about somebody that cannot walk right, talk right, move right. They have a completely different quality of life than somebody that is quote unquote just bald. And I'm not taking it away from black women and their hair. Trust you me, I know. I saw my mama go through the shit. You have to take care of your hair as a black woman. I get it. So don't come at me. But don't come at me. But don't come at me and say that he was punching down. Don't come at me with that. That one I disagree with. That one I disagree with. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
I also don't think he was punching down, and people were making the argument like, because if you look at fat jokes, people who are fat, they can lose the weight, this, that, and the other. This is different. Maar ik denk, there are so many jokes made about gewoon blackness, about being black.
Yep.
That is okay. And now people are gonna jump on our case and saying, yeah, but black is not a this is it a disorder, whatever alopecia is. Like,
black is a disease.
Exactly, Mark.
Revitiligo.
To me, yeah, you cannot change the fact that you're black either. Dus ik weet niet, ik vind het gewoon een beetje.
Listen. Like, my last point for her not being able to, not it being a punching down type of moment, trust you me, she got Red Table Talk and everybody watches that too. And after that whole thing, I wanted to know if Will Smith would not have slapped him, they might have looked to her the next day for what she might say or what she might do or how she might react. So she can punch that nigga back and make him look small too as well.
Yeah.
And she got the audience for it. You know what I'm saying? So don't come to me like it's not like I get the sentiment because he made jokes and he's been making jokes and his history looks bad.
That's what I wanted to come at. Yeah.
His history looks bad. I'm not taking away from that, but I don't think that the correct term is punching down. He might have been a bully. He might have been taking it too far. He might have been on her a little too long. But it's not fucking punching down. Do not give me that bullshit. You do not, and this is the problem.
But he has a problematic relationship with black women.
So. Okay, but then let's talk about that. But don't tell me that he's punching down on fucking Jada. Dude,
okay,
dude.
Marlo, he's not punching down.
Wait. No, because you had your say last week. Fuck you. No, but what it is, right? Like, Chris Rock being problematic, just as you said, we can have two ideas in our heads at the same time. Chris Rock being problematic does not make Jada a saint or does not make her above ridicule or does not make her like whatever. My thing is, right, is that, and this is where I come back all the way back around to the Rorschach test. You said that like a lot of people let their trauma be shown, right? Mm-hmm. I think that in this thing, not just a Rorschach test, but everybody was an avatar. So because Jada got picked on, my hurt got triggered, and I saw myself in Jada. But you're not Jada. I might feel emasculated and I feel I might gotta defend my woman, and so I might cheer on Will Smith's move, but I'm not Will Smith. My life is different than theirs. My life, I might be a smack talk or whatever, but I'm not Chris Rock. I'm not in that moment. I'm not, everybody got something to say about if I was in that moment, this. No, brother, you don't know what you would do because you're not them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what is your point then?
My point is this, is that people might feel a little bit too much in seeing themselves in that moment. Like people might put themselves, they might want to place themselves in that moment because there's a fantasy, whether it be cathartic or whatever, to go work it out. And so they see that, be like, yeah, I would. You check what I mean?
We are doing the same thing because earlier I said the Smith party should just stood up and walked out.
Right, but here's the key though. Here's the key though. For me, for you, and we know this amongst ourselves. Y'all listen to me real careful. Both me and her rolled our eyes at having to talk about this shit. Like, no bullshit. We apt each other because she and I obviously have to hold ahead as to what to put out on the show. She and I both collectively like, oh, fuck. We have to talk about this. We have to deal with this. You and I are going to talk about this and leave it here. We have an opinion, fine, but we leave it here. We're not, we're none. I can guarantee you the fervor, the amount, the volume, whatever, people touched by this fucking thing.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand why, because there was such energy, and there are mutual friends who, for days on end, are digging and posting clips from the past, are posting articles, are posting every hour. They're posting
trying to prove their point, like trying to prove their own type of narrative.
But why did this case touch us so much?
Because, well, for me, quick, fast, because I've been talking a lot, y'all, on this fucking segment. Like, I'm sorry. No, but I think it's because at least one hero got tarnished. And again, Chris
tarnished himself.
Right, but Chris Rock is a hero. Will Smith is a hero. Jada's a hero. Like you can't take that away from them. And in that is like, this thing got ugly. So whoever, again, your own Rorschach test, your own wherever you stand, you're going to want to defend. It's not a point to defend, but you feel like you need to defend your point because it's your self-identity. It is your thing. Again, as a black woman, and you do not talk about Chris, who? the tribe might actually look at you like, but why you ain't jumping on this bandwagon or whatnot? And so like, why you ain't got something to say like about this? I actually made a joke with a friend of mine, like, yo, Jada, I was waiting for you to say something. Like I was waiting and I ain't see nothing, so I was wondering if you was okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we all listen, this thing is heavily an identity like nexus for me. Is like, you get to define yourself by this moment. You get to define where you stand, who you are, what it is, because it's such a perfect storm of nonsense. It is two black men all in their ass, acting stupid in front of white people for a black woman, and one black man disrespected a black woman. It is a fucking nexus point of all we needed was somebody to be gay, Will Smith, to be gay in this motherfucking thing, and then we're done. You check what I mean? Like, it ticks all the fucking boxes. But everybody got a like a pet point to fucking defend here.
But you
Real
know,
talk.
yeah, there's gonna be another problem. We're gonna leave it right there because it's a whole other discussion.
Yes.
But people are gonna have an issue with you saying blah 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 in front of white people. There is a certain way we people of color, black people, should act in front of
I'm not
white people.
Ho. Marlo Brown is not saying that.
Marlo Brown says a lot of shit.
Marlo Brown is not saying that. I give a fuck. Again, the hell, we had that conversation last week. I would say pussy in front of the grandma, right? But I am saying that, like, it is easy to hold on to a narrative. It is easy. We still deal in narratives. We still deal in like what is the best story for us to understand. But why are you saying
still that is just gewoon human nature, humanity?
Like, I would hope that we get past that at some point, man.
No.
Like, I would hope, yeah, you're the anthropologist, so you could tell me, Jesus Christ, is working. No, but I mean, no, but like I would hope that my favorite word got lost in this whole conversation. Next to Schadenfreude, my favorite word is context. And everybody has an opinion, but it can be reasonably expected that we don't know the context. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors between Chris Rock, Will Smith, and Jada and whatnot. And it's a shame that it happened on a public stage, not the Oscars.
That's what I wanted to say. Okay, fine, well, and dandy that we'd say context and we don't know, but exactly that's the problem. You took something without providing the full context and you portrayed it for the world. You put it out there publicly.
Right.
The context is what we see. We see somebody making a bad joke, someone getting upset, and hitting someone else. That is the context. So, yeah, and we don't know the context.
Let us be clear.
Don't
put your hands on nobody, yo. Like, let's be clear. Be it in the ghetto or in high fucking society or whatever the fuck. Don't put your hands on people. Like, Chris Rock did not deserve that for words. If Chris Rock was literally coming at Jada, whatnot, then by all means, we'll fuck him up. But yo, Dread, like for words, like use your words too, dog. Or even be a bigger man, pull him aside. Yo, Negro, you and I got a problem. And if it got to get physical, you pull it aside like men. Yo, partner, me and you could meet in the parking lot right now. You check what I'm saying?
Dat is like man, dat is kinderachtig.
Yo, that is kinderachtig. But at the very least, you handle it like with a modicum of like structure and honor and whatnot. And so not just, again, you sucker punch the nigga, and then you walk off. You feeling like the man. Like, give him a chance to hit you back. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he might square up with you. Whatever the fuck.
No hitting. Just people don't hit people. Klaar.
No hitting. All right.
Doe niet gewoon like an ass.
And that is the final word from our illustrious queen that I will defend. And y'all better keep her name out your mouth. Out your fucking
mouth, alsjeblieft. All right.
Oh God, what an episode, man! I'm glad we're done.
See, well, I would love to hear people's thoughts. You know, what are you thinking? What are you feeling? Where are you leaning? And and I hope this mess is done by Friday.
Me too.
Like, we should not be caring so much about this.
Me too. It was
Dude,
again, World War III is right out the fucking door. Gas prices are making us have to sell our children. Like, goddamn, like, yo, things are weird out there. We don't need this. And it was a bad look. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
All right.
Done. All right.
Man, here's to world peace.
Here's to world peace, man.
And peace by the Oscars.
Guys, we were the Drunken Monks. My name is Marlo Brown.
Denise Faber.
Denise Fiber. We out.
We out.
We out. Peace.